It's me, Katie. Welcome back to Steal the Spotlight. Remember a year or two ago when it was really popular to do those dressing like your theme suggestion type videos? Yeah, I missed them. So I went over to my Instagram and asked you guys to send in any scenario requests, and as always, you never disappoint. I think the reason why I find these so fun to both film and watch is because it's pretty much just an excuse for us to dabble in a bit of escapism, which honestly I don't need any more excuses because this is my favorite pastime, my only pastime, whether it is watching a TV show and immersing myself in it entirely, doing themed outfits, reading manga, playing games, which is why I am so insanely excited for today's video sponsor, which is Tears of Themis. This is Hyuna's first game of romance and wits, but if you recognize the company, yes, it is indeed the same creator of Genshin Impact, so immediately you know the visuals and animation are gonna be stunning. The event they have on at the moment is Dreams of Childhood, such cute vibes, and let me tell you, I have been caught smiling at my phone because of these cards. So Tears of Themis is a detective adventure simulation game that combines both romance and crime solving elements. So you'll be collecting evidence either physically from crime scenes or via interrogation or inspection, and then cross-examining and connecting clues to uncover the truth. Of course, we have our blooming romance in there as well, where you can create cherished memories with the 4 unique male characters through individual stories, messages, video calls, and interactive games. Which, can we just take a moment, because these are some of the best looking 2D men I have ever seen, and once you hear the voice acting, it only gets better.
お前にもらったこの鍵、大事にするから。君が守りたいものを守り、譲れないものは譲るな。結末を知ることができたら、やはりあなたは僕の頼みを断る。お姉さん、歩きスマホは良くないよ。
You guys know I am an indecisive Libra, so I still can't make up my mind, but let me know what you guys think. Cultivating the cards is of course another big factor, which allows you to increase team's power and pass the difficult game levels, plus unlock the beautiful dynamic illustrations. Which brings us back to their current event, Dreams of Childhood. The new SSR cards have been available since the 11th, and you don't want to miss out. It is such an adorable amusement park date theme. It very much makes you feel like you're the lead in a manga or webtoon or K-drama. So if you guys are interested in downloading and playing the game for yourself, of course, I will leave all of the links and info in the description box. Okay, I think I want to start out with a magical girl moment. It's very much my goal when I get dressed in the morning, so it only makes sense. Specifically this one where it's like magical girl in action, but then also her alter ego, so like more of an everyday sort of style. So for the cute and casual day look, I'm definitely taking inspo from the Sailor Scouts. I love that aesthetic so much, and this particular denim jacket always reminds me of it, I guess because it does have a sailor inspired collar. I don't know why, but recently I've been seeing discourse about how matchy outfits aren't as stylish and they're too tacky, but it's literally my favorite thing, and honestly I think the magical girls I grew up watching are partly to blame because they are all about the color coordination, which is why I had to match the skirt to the hair. I mean, come on. I didn't even end up going too crazy with the accessories. I just really wanted to add the pink leg warmers and of course a little furry friend bag. I feel like this definitely solidifies me as the cutest member of the group. Honestly, I'm not even much of an impulse shopper, but I did get caught out a couple of months ago. I was purchasing from Devil Inspired. There was already a few things that I really wanted and knew that I would use, and then I just got suckered in by the cute dresses and ended up throwing this in my cart. Needless to say, haven't found a chance to wear it yet, but come on. Is it not giving magical girl, very Cardcaptor Sakura costume? I mean, are you kidding me? It's freaking adorable. I think I'm gonna add like a tutu petticoat underneath just to give it some extra volume. Now we're really talking the magical girl language. I definitely want another layer on top. I was wondering if we go full on like snow fairy fantasy and go for a faux fur jacket. I think it's a little too bulky though, like it's giving Yeti. A little puff sleeve is never a bad choice in my opinion, but to the point where I feel like it's kind of overdone on this channel, that is just my solution for everything. So what if we introduce the pink back into things with this little cape? I think if we just make it kind of asymmetrical, it could work. The dress also came with this extra bow. It could look cute in the center. It is only on a safety pin, but if I could attach it to a hair clip, I feel like that could complete the look quite nicely. Definitely need something on my head, so an alternate option would be just these ear muffs. I feel like I'm gonna need to try and find a wand as well. I decided to go with both, but the best I could come up with for a wand was, yes, my 80s light stick covered in ribbon. I don't know, what do you guys think? Would you watch an anime if this was their transformation look? So of course, it is October. There were a lot of Halloween requests. I mean, I already look like I'm in a costume, but surprisingly, most of the requests weren't so much things to wear to a themed event or party, and more so just getting in the spirit of the spooky season in general. So I like the idea of a Halloween movie night and kind of taking inspo from said movies. For example, Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween. I don't think we could be more subtle with our Halloween theme. This just looks like a very simple 90s inspired fit, which it is, but it is from Rose McGowan's character in Scream. She just has the little lemon short sleeve turtleneck and the plaid skirt, and she opts for white boots, which isn't something I would personally do, but definitely makes it feel more like a character look. If I was to wear this out, I'd just add some tiny sunglasses, a black purse, and chances are no one is even going to recognize what you're supposed to be dressing as, but it's just nice for you to be in the spirit of things. So I thought we could also style this sweater because obviously majority of people are going to instantly think of Freddy Krueger when you wear it anyway, unless you're a BTS stan, in which case maybe you're thinking of Jungkook. But since we don't want it to be too literal or too emo for that matter, I think I want to stay clear of doing black pants and go more along the same lines as this sort of 90s aesthetic. I mean, the whole outfit actually is really what we were just wearing, but in a different colorway, so we need to change that. I'm really liking the silhouette of having the long sweater just hang loose rather than tucking it in for a cropped look, and I think it'll team really nicely with the jacket too. But first, we need some shoes. I'm opting for the knee-high boots just to play into that like cozy fall vibes. The jacket actually reminds me of another look from Scream as well, and she's a journalist, so I feel like that's the sort of vibe we're going with, almost like an academia sort of feel by adding on the satchel and potentially the paperboy hat as well. Not necessarily my typical style, but I have been gravitating towards it more and more recently, especially in my last Pretty Little Liars video with like the Spencer sort of look. So I'm happy with it. This is the sort of thing I would be doing any sort of autumn activities in October. I was so excited by the amount of requests that featured Hyuna or Hyuna and Dawn. There were some really fun ones in there, and I know that I kind of word vomit about her a lot, but to be honest, you only have yourselves to blame, because back in early 2018 when I was talking about really starting to get into BTS, a lot of people were recommending me to check out Hyuna because she seemed very my vibe, and you weren't wrong. Instantly, I fell in love with Triple H. They still have some of my favorite concepts ever, and I will never, ever, ever forgive Cube for robbing me of my alt group too soon. All that for what? Because I didn't even end up saying that the outfit is supposed to be third wheeling with Hyuna and Dawn. I don't want to go too over the top stage performance inspired. I want it to be casual but still fun. I chose this top because the graphic kind of reminds me of I'm Not Cool and Ping Pong era. If I was friends with them, I'd definitely just be convincing Dawn to let me borrow the iconic puffer jacket. But alas, we are gonna have to accessorize this baby on our own. I always thought it would be too awkward to style a t-shirt over a button down, but Don did it in his Stupid Cool music video, and I tried it out for myself and surprisingly liked it, so I'm gonna see if we can recreate that magic today. What do we think? If Hyuna and Don saw me, would they invite me to hang out for the day? I feel like it's giving maybe just casual shopping, going to the cafe, taking some Instagram photos at home. Hopefully I don't have to get my feet out. At first I was trying to decide between the tie, the necklace, and the cute little Barbie bag, and then I remembered the brief and was like, no. It is very much okay to do all three at once. Much like Hyuna's styling, I could see this not being for everyone. I swear, if I have to see her included in the worst K-pop outfits on TikTok one more time, it's okay. The girls who get it, get it. Now feels like a good time to just switch lanes completely and try something a little bit more elevated, I guess. There were a few requests on what I would have worn to Fashion Week, which obviously has been going on in multiple cities over the last month or so. Actually, as I'm filming this, it is Brisbane Fashion Week, but I wasn't invited to anything. I don't know, it's probably the sort of thing where you're supposed to reach out, but my social anxiety could never. So let's do what we do best. and play pretend. Obviously you need a particular designer show in mind before you choose the outfit, and there's a lot of good options, but the mood I'm in and the style I would most want to portray at the moment, I'm gonna go with either Simone Rocha or Sandy Liang. So I'm thinking very ballet core, but make it a little bit edgier and also a little bit more extravagant. Originally I chose this slip, but I think I want to layer this midi skirt over the top, but we do have a few options for the top half. This little capelet is so cute. I'm always looking for an excuse to wear it. We could go for this corset, this little sheer peplum top, but I think that's an immediate no. Or I have this sheer puffy sleeve wrap top. Since it is a ballet inspired look, I'd love to do a bolero, but the only one I have is pink, and I really want to stick just to the neutral color palette. So I'm thinking if we actually take the ends and tie it to the back and then to the front, it will give a similar sort of illusion. Okay, accessories. And yes, I am wearing the same socks I wear in every single video. Both of these brands also have really cute ballet inspired slippers. For me personally, you're not gonna catch me in a pair of flats. It's not happening. So I'm opting for my Mary Janes. I felt like the look was kind of getting lost with the hair, so I pulled it back, and now I'm trying on this pearl harness, and honestly I'm liking it more than I thought I was going to. Okay, but imagine this with the Simone Rocha pearl bag. That would be something. The other thing I wanted to try was this little beaded shawl. It is supposed to be, but I never feel like that suits me, so I want to see if we can make it work as a little skirt. I've done it before in my Barbie video, and I think it would really pop against the black this time. I really don't know which one I prefer. I think I'm gonna commit to this as my winner. As I've mentioned in a few of my previous videos, I have been showing through One Piece recently, so there were a few related requests, and I thought it'd be a fun one because there's not really any strict fashion guidelines you need to follow. You can kind of do whatever you want. I don't know why, but these pants were the first piece that came to my mind. They're fun and bold, but it's not an intricate pattern or anything because obviously you don't see a lot of that because it's too difficult to draw. I do wish they had a bit more of a dramatic flair to them just to give us some more shape, because obviously the proportions in that show are just insanity.
We've got to put them out!
I actually kind of like just teaming it with a black top though, but I think I'm going to switch it out for this one shoulder one. So this is our base. Obviously I need to add some accessories to make it more quirky pirate appropriate. This belt is just pirate to me for some reason. I've added a few extra bits and bobs dangling off it. A few simple additions to the top half, but what we're still missing is a hat. I feel like it's not a necessity, but it definitely is a common accessory in the show. I'm going for this fluffy headband because there is actually quite a bit of faux fur styling happening too. Look, I don't really know what role I could play as a member of the Straw Hats. I don't really have anything to bring to the table other than being Nami's shopping bestie, which to be honest sounds like the best role anyway. I definitely want in on her and Usopp's friendship. I love their dynamic, but let me know who your favorite One Piece characters are or your favorite Straw Hats specifically. I'm debating whether or not I want to try another outfit because there also was one about going on an adventure with Ace specifically, so I was like, could we do a little red and black moment? I don't know. You know what? I'm actually kind of glad I did another option because I feel like at first glance this one feels like it hits the brief a little bit better, probably because it's more revealing, and apparently some of those characters are just allergic to clothes. It's simple, but it's effective, and also you have key components that would be easily recognizable, which I feel like are all things important to keep in mind when it comes to animated characters. Also, I know it's cringe, but I had to bring out the flame boots. I couldn't help myself. Okay, there was only one request for this, but I thought it would be a fun one, and it is going to a party with Effie from Skins. It also felt somewhat topical because there's definitely a resurgence in love for that Tumblr era of fashion, which Effie was one of the poster girls for. Actually, an outfit I just wore to the op shop the other day was giving me very Effie vibes, so I'm gonna try that on for you first. So this is the version I've been wearing, obviously a lot more toned down and what I would refer to as Effie adjacent. It's mostly this dress that really reminds me of her. I could see it in her wardrobe or Jenny Humphreys or Aria Montgomery. But if we're going to a party with her, I think we're definitely going to need to get a little bit messy. I'm actually going to pull up some reference pictures because it's been a while since I have revisited this show. Ooh, I kind of like this one where she's got the sheer layer. That feels very party to me. She also looks really good in stripes. I feel like I'm going to have to change my eye makeup. I can't really get around that. This is what we're working with because I like the idea of her being a little emo grunge fairy as well, which this skirt and stockings combo definitely reminds me of. I'm going to be adding this sheer dress, which I literally just cut up. Again, the theme is messy, okay? I layered on a bunch of necklaces, added my boots, and now I am just debating whether or not I want to add double belts as well. Look, there's a lot happening, but somehow still I feel like something is missing. I'm not sure if it's just because I don't have dark hair to kind of balance it out a little bit. What do you guys think? Do I pull off putting with Effie? I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'm doing another K-pop request specifically for NCT. I mean, this one made me cackle, a late night date with an NCT member and his Porsche. I am very much here for two baddies. I think I've consumed every bit of content they have released this comeback. Actually, please let me show you my album pulls because my luck was insane and it was my birthday. Please keep in mind this was a gift from my mum who actually bought it in store and had to ask the sales assistant for help. God bless her. But it was very much worth it because I pulled Taeyong for the postcard, who, if you didn't know, is my bias, and then Yuta for the photo card, who is one of my bias wreckers. Honestly, everyone is bias wrecking me at the moment, but him and Taeyong specifically. And then the main event, the Taeyong photo card. I swear no other K-pop idol takes a selfie as good as this man. He has never disappointed when it comes to a PC. Ugh, he is so pretty. I don't really have many thoughts when it comes to an outfit though. I think I just chose this because I wanted to word vomit about the album. I've ended up going for a kind of sleek futuristic base. My issue is I want to do a race car jacket, but the one that I have is just too in your face, vibrant red, and also just like not really the sort of fit I want. I wonder if I could just like tie back the rest of it for the sake of this video. After some readjusting, this is what we've landed on, and I feel like I'm happy enough with it, especially considering it's just making the best with what I already had. Sometimes I feel like SM groups specifically can be a little bit tricky to try and recreate because they are quite creative when it comes to the styling. I'm definitely in need of some much better quality jewelry if I really wanted to pull this look off. Also, I would love the platform chunky Balenciaga Crocs with this look. There were actually a lot of requests that could warrant a full dedicated video, so let me know if any of them interest you. I'm thinking maybe Sanrio characters, but one that I thought sounded fun to just do a bit of a trial run of today and see how it goes is an outfit inspired by the first pin you see on your Pinterest main page. I don't actually have Pinterest on my phone, so I'm gonna have to go and grab my iPad. Okay, I'm kind of nervous that it's gonna be something I cannot recreate whatsoever, but let's see. Okay, that was very anticlimactic because it's just on the last thing that I actually searched for. So let's refresh. Okay, I actually think this is very much doable. And is that Elle? I feel like I follow her on Instagram. So I'm gonna have to go and dig around for some similar pieces. Already I know I don't have a maxi cargo skirt. I only have like a knee length one, but we'll see what we can do. This is indeed the best I can do for the base. It doesn't feel quite as trendy and more so literally straight from the 2000s, I guess. My platform flip-flops broke on me, so this was my next best option, but I do have two choices when it comes to the little cropped sweaters. Hers wasn't just black and white, she had some color to the look, so I was thinking of trying this one first. I'm very much jealous of her belt. It is so cute, and I have no luck at the thrift store with belts anymore. Like 5-6 years ago it used to be okay, but these days there's just nothing. So the best I've got is this macrame one to still have that almost more boho leaning vibe. It's not really giving though, is it? I don't know if it's just me and my matchy-matchy mindset, but I don't think it goes. See, personally, I prefer this, and it probably is more similar since she did actually have a stripe pattern, but sadly I did have to switch out for a chunkier hardware on the belt. Overall, I think it is actually a pretty cute look, but specifically I like the idea of this sort of concept because I think it can really push me outside my comfort zone. For example, I don't know if you've noticed, but I hate styling sandals typically. So do let me know if a full video would be of interest to you, or if you want to see me styling some of your outfits, or just more videos like this where I'm using your theme suggestions. Let me know. Also, if you couldn't tell, this is me wrapping up the video, so I do hope you enjoyed. Let me know which looks were your favorite, and hopefully I see you very, very soon, either on my Instagram, on my TikTok, or here in the next video. Bye!